We're going to get you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, James Clark, Jovan will be signed in momentarily. We got Brian Bitler, Rod Zawacky, and Jay Briggs. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Clark, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. All right, excitement now as we start the college football championship, conference championship weekend here with 2 games tonight. We do have a good NBA card with a few hockey, college hoops as well, heading to a big NFL weekend as well. Let's get this one underway. Let's go to welcome in Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jay has been on absolute fire over at Pick Dogs. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening, my man?
I'm excited, man. Big weekend coming on here tonight. And we're looking at this one tonight here between the Suns and the Nuggets here. A team getting healthy against a team. Well, it's got a few players, their key players on the injured list here tonight. We see here the Suns, Dogs here. Nuggets 2.5 on the road, total 224.5.
Yes, sir. It should be a decent game tonight. Like you said, there are some injury news looming over this game. Well, we now know Devin Booker will not play tonight. Jamal Murray could be making his return. He's game time decision. And I believe Aaron Gordon is still game time decision, I believe. Regardless, I'm on the Nuggets regardless in this one. I got to fade the Suns here. The Suns have been playing fairly decently. You know, we got to give them some credit. But I like what I've seen from the Nuggets here these last few games. I think that the tide is starting to turn. I know the Nuggets have been terrible on the road this season. Hey, we've been fading them pretty much every time they're on the road. You know why? Because they go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. When you look at their home record the last 2-3 seasons, it's astonishing how much they win at home. So that means most of their losses, they come out on the road. They did win their last road game, and that was without their best player, Nikola Jokic, in that one. We're able to beat the Clippers. Reggie Jackson, DeAndre Jordan played well. Then they came home, played well again. I think they actually keep the momentum rolling forward here, and they go in here and beat up on the Suns. It's a small number here. Remember, this is still the defending champs. And if Murray is back, we're getting a great value here. That pick and roll is going to be in action. I don't think Nurkic is ready for what Jokic is about to deal. Neither is Kevin Durant in that pick and roll type action. I'm going to take the Nuggets here on the road. I think they win this one.
All right, Jason, let's take Nuggets here, laying the 2.5 here on the road against the Suns. Just to update, this is a late game, so we probably won't get these confirmed tonight by the end of the show. Murray and Gordon are questionable for Denver. Watson probable, and of course on the Phoenix side, out. Beal, Booker, and Damian Lee are out. You're going to have Durant again. Durant's going to have to carry the load again. And that's what we talked about with this team last year, right? When they lack the depth here, when you don't have Beal, you don't have Booker in the lineup. It really impacts the bench, because now coming off the bench for Phoenix is Goodwin, Okuji, Little, Eubanks. These are 2 ex-Trailblazers guys, and Watanabe, who has seemed to be a good friend now of Durant.
Yeah, they were together in Brooklyn. The Suns, they're not that deep. They're a star-studded team, and 2 of the 3 are banged up right now. And really, Kevin Durant has had his injury concerns as well. So when they're not at 100%, they're going to be dogs like they are at home to the better teams, you know. And the Nuggets, they are a star-studded team as well, but they're also a deep team. They're also the defending champs, and I think they get their 4th straight win here.
What do you think about their struggles on the road this year? I know they were injured. I know Murray was out for much of this stretch here of the season. Their road numbers, what really the big drop-off we've seen here from this Denver team has been the points scored on the road. And it's been, I think it's a 6 to 7 point difference. A significant difference here when you look at Denver's road numbers, road scoring versus home scoring.
It's not surprising at all to me. The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. They lost 8 games, I think, all of last year at home. So that means all their other losses come out on the road. I think they were 50-50 on the road. I want to say they were like 28-28 on the road last season. So this is right up their alley. They have a severe home court advantage up there in Denver, with going up in that elevation, having to guard Jokic and that. Hey, it's for real. It's a legitimate thing. And they play really well at home. So on the road, they kind of go through the motions. They don't have that same advantage. And, they're in a lot of games closer than they would be in Denver.
All right, there we go. Of course, news coming across right now. Embiid will be out here with illness, so no Embiid tonight for Philadelphia.
Maxey as well. It looks like a few guys on that Sixers team are sick, but Tyrese Maxey is going to miss tonight as well.
Wow, that's massive. That's massive. Yeah, Maxey there in the questionable status. Let's see if it's now confirmed. He should show up on the end. Of course, he's there still. Let me give you the update here on Maxey because right now officially questionable. He was a late addition to the injury report. However, those late additions are never good news when they're late.
Yeah, a couple minutes before we went live, Nick Nurse himself said Tyrese Maxey is not doing well. So it'll probably be coming down here during the show that he's out.
Yeah, if that's from the coach, it doesn't look good. So it's going to be a really it's good. We see the line here 8 here. I guess it was probably factored in there without Embiid. This game's not being covered on the show today. That's why I brought it up here.
That's cool.
We're seeing 9.5 tenths.
Yeah, this line's going to shoot up. I mean, it's Boston at home against a Sixers team that's depleted, missing their top 2 guys. And so you're expecting Tobias Harris, Melton, and company to go in there and do something. I don't see it. Boston beat them comfortably in Philadelphia last time, and I think when they were healthy. In Boston this time, I think they probably do the same thing.
Yeah, you're going to need points from, let's see, we're not even sure about Maxey out. Batum is a game-time decision. So you got Covington, Reed, and Patrick Beverly is going to give you maybe 5 minutes and a lot of talk. Kenyon Martin, Jaden Springer, Mo Bamba, Furkan Korkmaz. Oh, my goodness. What's going on?
Yeah, man.
Scary.
There is certain spots where teams can play well without their stars, but this is the Sixers. They're missing the MVP of last season. I don't know if they're quite equipped especially not to go into Boston and compete. I wouldn't be trying to catch the Sixers in this one.
Yeah, that's a real tough pill to swallow there for Philadelphia tonight. They're almost a double-digit dog now with this news coming up. Now, speaking of double-digit dog, we always like to swing through the state of Texas, and lo and behold, we got 2 Texas teams in action tomorrow, Jay. And I know you were talking up this Texas team facing Oklahoma State here in the Big 12 title game.
Yeah, I think they're going to blow the doors off of Oklahoma State, short, sweet, and simple. There's a couple of reasons. A, they got to look good to the committee to give the best case possible to try to get into the postseason. B, this their last year in the Big 12. Might as well leave it with a mark. C, I just think they're head and shoulders the better team. It's quite just flat out. I just think they're the better team. It's that Jerry world, man. I think they run these boys off the field tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. It's a lot that's gonna shake down starting tonight to see who's gonna get into those Final Four. This is the year. I wish we were a year early on the 18 playoff.
Oh yeah, that's right. No doubt about that. It's interesting today. We'll see a domino fall. Of course, many of these folks are hoping for a Washington win to knock Oregon out of the picture. We'll see. Or maybe if Oregon wins, it does create chaos, right? If Oregon wins tonight, so maybe you are rooting for Oregon to win because that would create the chaos there. You'd have a 2-1 loss Pac-12. Although I think now that some of these folks are treating the Oregon now as a Big Ten team. I think from what I'm seeing here, it's usually the Pac-12 is a team that gets the short stick. But it seems to me that there's a lot of talk here to 1-win Oregon going in. I said, boy, they're changing the narrative. They're treating this Oregon team like a Big Ten team now.
So this is the thing. I think this year more than any, you're gonna have to respect the conference champions. They're going to have to respect it more so than any other year. So each conference may only get one in. The conferences were good this year. The Big Ten was good. They had Michigan State, not Michigan State, but Michigan and Ohio State. The SEC was good. Bama, Georgia we're going to see here. And then, the Big 12, it was okay. Oklahoma looked viable for a little minute. And Oklahoma State, they've done okay. But I think you got to respect the conference champs this year. We'll see how it shakes down. We'll see. I don't think there's an avenue for Ohio State to get in. I think Florida State, even if they don't win by double digits, I don't think there's any way the committee puts them in. I'm sorry. I know they're going to be undefeated, but I don't see it. And yeah, it's really going to come down to Bama, Georgia. Can Bama pull the upset? That's going to create all the chaos because, in my humbleness opinion, the best win this season in college football was Texas going into Tuscaloosa and beating them. That is the best win in college football. And if you're going to put the SEC champion, and if that happens to be Alabama, then you have to respect it and put Texas in, or else there was no reason for them to go into Alabama and play them at all. They might as well have scheduled Portland State like Oregon did.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you look at it there, no doubt. All right, Jay, SMU and Tulane going head-to-head. Tulane favored 3. This SMU. Now, we know Preston Stone is out, and I really think this SMU team is a lot more than the quarterback. When you look at that offensive, defensive lines, they are just pounding their opponent. I mean, just pounding, dominant. I think Preston Stone, you just need a game manager behind this SMU line because I'm telling you, I like what I'm seeing from this SMU team. The way when you blow out teams, it's because your offensive, defensive line are dominating opponents.
Nah, this SMU team, I'm with you. This SMU team is better than just their quarterback. This is a team that is getting a new identity. This is a team that's really close right here to me. They're right here in the heart of Dallas. This is a team that has always been overlooked here recently, especially in my lifetime. But moving to the ACC next season, they're going to be, in a bigger conference, and they're going to start to get some of those looks. And this is a chance here this season for a statement game. The thing is I can't rock with him, man. I can't.
He's going with the Tulane. Oh, he's going with the green wave here in this one. He says, cannot ride. He cannot ride the
green
Mustangs.
Wave is my team, man. They're one of my money-making machines. They just always seem to get it done. I love betting the green wave in Tulane, and I'm probably going to be on them tomorrow.
Well, we saw the Tulane in the Cotton Bowl last year beat USC. Remember that game last year, right? Same quarterback. Prater, same quarterback there at Green Wave with the Green Wave. But I think this is a really interesting game because, like we said,
it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to this one. Remember, Tulane is slotted if they win this game. They are the highest ranked group of non-major, the smaller conference teams. They're slotted for a New Year's Day Bowl if they win this game.
Yep. Huge game for Tulane. Let's see if they can get it done.
We'll see if they can get it done there. So we covered. That's only 2 teams in the state of Texas tomorrow. So that's how. Well, we're down to the championship games, right? So there we go.
Yes, sir.
So excitement, no doubt. On the record tonight with Jay with the Nuggets laying the 2.5 here against the Suns. This one will have a start time tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print where Jay has been on absolute fire right now. 2,639 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge Print. You can verify those numbers. Go over to Jay's handicapper page. Check it out. You can see all the plays documented there. All right, Jay, tonight we've got NBA on the board. We got some college hoops action as well as college football heading to a huge weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
You're right, man. It is a huge money-making weekend. It's a ton of action going on. Tonight, it's a smaller card for me tonight. I just have 3 NBA games, I believe, and they're most for my long-term folk. You can hop on my NBA play of the day. That's all I have for sale. Today is my NBA play of the day. 15, 5, and 2. Last 22 on that play. Having a really great month. Trying to keep it rolling. You guys can hop on that. Or like I said, hop on that 3-day pass. Get everything I got for the weekend. Championship weekend. Championship Saturday. A huge NBA card tomorrow. I think damn near everybody's in action tomorrow.
14.
NFL Sunday.
Games.
12 games. So, yeah, it's one of those cards tomorrow. So, a lot of action, man. It's one of those weekends. Let's make some money. Let's keep the momentum rolling forward.
Make money, keep momentum moving forward with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dodge Film. You see the numbers, 2,639 units of profit. Last 3 days, document over at Pick Dodge Film. Perfect time right now to get on board with Jay. Get that 1-month pass. That'll get you right over to the New Year's Eve. Get all the bowl games, most of them at least, with Jay with that 1-month pass. Make that money. Jay's been on absolute fire. Of course, speaking of fire, you've got your all-access Players Club right now for those big bettors.
Yes, sir, my all-access club, man. This is what I need you guys to do. If you're a big bettor out there, you love betting the NBA, then join my all-access club, man. Showing really great profit. You guys know, text the number 775-636-7674. It's my guy, Costi, and we'll set up a time to talk and figure out if the package is for you. Again, we'll send you the numbers, whatever you guys want to know. It's completely 1,000% transparent. We'll send you what the last month has been like, and we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. The reason it's so good is I'm able to rate the plays, tell you guys approximately, how I would bet the game, and you can make a lot of money in the rating system. So if you think it's something for you, join the All Access Club, and let's continue to make some money betting hoops.
That's right, guys. Get that on board here with that all access. If you're a big bettor, they will go the extra mile for you here and get you the plays, best numbers, rating system from Jay as well. Very profitable. All right, Jay, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But you got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. We catch you with your NFL rundown as well as your NBA rundown. Of course, we'll catch you on the weekend shows as well.
Yes, sir. The NBA Jam session tomorrow, Tony T, 12 games. So I'll be cooking that up in the morning. I'll be cooking up the NFL Jam session, dropping that tomorrow night. And then, of course, hosting the morning show tomorrow. My guy Brian, who's on the show today, will be popping in. Hot Rod usually pops in. Jovan usually pops in. So a couple guys that are here on the drive-thru usually pop in, and plus a whole bunch of other guys here at Pig Dogs. Let's make some money this weekend, man. I'm excited, man. I can't wait for tomorrow to talk with all the guys, see what they're thinking, and just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. Pair me up 2-for-1 capper special with your favorite guy here as well. Hey, it's that time of year, man. Let's get it done. Let's keep it rolling.
Done indeed, guys. Check it out. Like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jay drops his live shows, you get the plays in real time. Right, Jay? Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you Monday here on the drive-thru.
Yes, sir. Tony T. Appreciate you, my man, and I'll see you guys soon.
See you soon. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. Jovan up next, but still hasn't signed in. Probably dealing with that traffic out in Boston. I know it's tough this time of the year. We're gonna jump the shark. Is going to be Brian Bitler. College football action from Brian Bitler. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Brian right now. Ready to set here. College football. Brian, what's happening?
No, I'm always raring to go. I'm sitting in the bullpen warming up. I'm ready to get called in a little bit early. Things are starting to turn around for me, looking to keep the winning going into the month of December. And I got to tell you, Saturday's card looks fantastic. Hopefully I'm not overconfident, but I think we can have a good day tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. A big day as well. Like we started off here with Conference USA Championship game. Come up here top of the hour on CBS Sports Network. New Mexico State's been a pretty good story this year with Jerry Kill turning around this program, which was one of the worst in college football. I'm not overstating this one. You guys know. Yeah. Liberty, a team that was new to FBS, and they've been really successful. Hugh Freeze got them on the board here, and the success continues here, looking at a perfect mark. And this one we have Liberty laying 10.5, total 57.5.
Yeah, if you remember those COVID days, I don't even know if New Mexico State had a season in that year. But as far as tonight's go, it's pretty much a under-the-radar college football matchup here on Friday night as we get super cover team New Mexico State Aggies coming into play against the Liberty Flames, who are undefeated, ranked 24th in the nation. New Mexico has been one hell of a cover dynamo, 10-2-1 on the season. And when they're playing on the road, 5-1-1. I see this as another game they're being underestimated. I think they're going to be out to avenge that loss earlier in the season, 33-17 that they took to Liberty. I see a much closer contest here tonight. New Mexico has won 8 straight games. They're facing a team, Liberty, that's missed the cover in 2 straight. I think New Mexico is going to keep this game close and slow down the running game. Liberty ranks 2nd in the nation as far as rushing yards. I'm going to take New Mexico State. I'm going to take the points. I think it's an under 10-point win for Liberty.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take New Mexico State here, plus the 10.5 here against Liberty in this one here in the Conference USA title game, played at the campus side here of Liberty. So it will be a home game, but there's a lot at stake here in this one. Of course, when you look at New Mexico State, they played well against Auburn. They beat Auburn. They beat Jacksonville State, who can be tough. A quarterback that's kind of under the radar in college football, no one really talks about, but he's put up some solid numbers and can run as Diego Pavia.
Yeah, when you got a dual threat quarterback, or a quarterback can hurt you in multiple ways, you got to defend him, and I think that might be an issue, definitely tonight, and hopefully that's going to lead to a cover.
No doubt. New Mexico State here really playing well. They're defending the running game, and that's something that we've seen here with Jerry Kill, former Minnesota Gophers member. He turned around that program, got into a bowl game, had some health scares. Remember, he was having those seizures. Seems like he's had that under control now.
Yeah, and there's also, if you remember the days when New Mexico State would be taking on UMass, and that would be like the battle of the terrible squads.
Toilet bowl.
But now they had definitely different days ahead for New Mexico State. Maybe they can get knock off Liberty tonight, but I don't know. That might be a tall task.
You know, Brian, here we are in the last week of the regular season college football, but still Temple makes headlines. E.J. Warner hitting the transfer portal from Temple.
Oh, no. We only have a few stars at Temple, and then we're going to lose the few good ones. Yeah, hopefully that's not good news for Temple. Definitely not good.
No, that's just this is happening, right, with this transfer portal. It looks to me that we are going to have really the elite teams, and some of these mid-majors are just going to be a farm system. I think
who's going to want to transfer?
That's what Mitch was talking about, right? He goes, because we saw that in college basketball with those Dakota schools. Remember those North Dakota, those Dakota teams with those really good 3-point players? They would hit the portal and go to these big programs. He said, you know what, these mid-majors are going to be farm systems, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And we're definitely starting to see that.
Yeah, that's something interesting to note here. We'll see what the Pavia does here. Well, I don't even know how much. I think he's a young guy. I think he has still eligibility. But again, there's a lot of action in this portal. I don't think much that UCLA quarterback, this Ugalele, I could see him going to UCLA. Because remember, he mentioned about going to UCLA last year. He was on the list, but ended up not going to Oregon State. But he is DJ is from Southern California, so that's something to keep an eye on. Maybe that's why Moore decided to leave, and I wasn't very impressed with that freshman quarterback myself. It was probably good that for the program that he left the school.
Ukulele, see, that'd be a name that I would definitely butcher for sure.
Yeah, that's no doubt. Yeah, Fulton Newitt's never made his way back in the majors.
Fulton Newitt, yeah, I can't even say it now. Yeah, I used to hate when he was pitching.
He hasn't made it back. I think he's still buried in the minor league. You know, Atlanta doesn't mess around, man. They got rid of a Soroka. They traded him and they traded another guy. So interesting note here. I know we're getting off the rails here, but we are hitting it. I know our crowd here does baseball, grind it out, but keep an eye on this winter meetings here. We'll see if Ohtani gets moved. We'll see how that rolls.
For sure.
And see what the Phillies do.
Yeah, it won't be in Philadelphia. Ohtani won't be.
He won't be in Philly,
sure.
No way.
I'd take him, but they're not going to.
They're moving your guy to first base, right?
Yeah, Bryce Harper. That's right. The MVP, multiple-time MVP. I know he didn't come through when it mattered most in the World Series, but yeah, I'll take Bryce Harper any day. I think he actually is one of the few players that do earn the big bucks.
I know Nola's a free agent. Blake Snell is somebody that who could possibly head your way. We'll see how it rolls.
Yep, I think they overpaid on Nola, but what do I know?
There you go. All right, Brian on New Mexico State here, plus 10.5 against Liberty. This one tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. And top of the hour over on CBS Sports Network. I've seen Ron with a thumbs down on that one. He doesn't like it. He does not like it. All right, let's go over to Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. Brian, here we go. We see 327 units of profit last 30 days from Brian Bitler. College football on the board tonight. College hoops as well. A few on the ice. We also have this NBA card. Head to a huge weekend. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Oh, winning days, 3 of the last 4 are going to try to keep the momentum moving forward. I got my top play, my Titanium, playing college football tonight. It's one of my bigger plays of the Pac-12 all season long, so make sure you head on over there. Pick up that big play winner for just $25. Also have my Titanium college football best bet up for Saturday already. So, guys, make sure you head on over there. And also, you can get my Square Dancing 3-pack, my 3 best bets for tonight: 1 college football, 1 NBA, 1 college hoops. All 3 plays for $50 at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results up there from Brian. He's putting up some good numbers, so get on board with him right now. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. You can also add with that, you can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion or more, right? With that multi-capper promotion, a very good value right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. So go ahead and get signed up right now with Brian Bitler, and you'll get in the winner's circle with Brian. Of course, all the plays are documented over at Pick Dogs Premium, so you can verify those numbers by just going over to Brian's handicapper page, and you'll see the numbers there on the screen when you visit Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Brian, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success, but we also can catch you on the weekend shows there, right?
For sure. I'll be on tomorrow 100% with Jay and all my good buddies over there at pickdogs.com. Most likely on Sunday, not 100%, but pretty much a guarantee I'll be there this weekend. I'm going to hang out and talk some football. Definitely looking forward to the card for sure.
Looking forward to that college, that NFL card coming up. Of course, a lot's going on in college football, right?
Yeah, you know what? I think, as a look ahead, I think that Niners against the Eagles, I think that's definitely a good spot to be at. I think, and then college football, my four teams in the college football playoffs, Georgia, Texas, Michigan, and Oregon. So that's who I'm going to roll with as far as the playoffs go. So
there you go.
Hopefully I can keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. All right, Brian, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again on the show on Monday.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys, and I'll catch you on Monday. We'll drive through. Hopefully I'm streaking.
There, so you're streaking there. Brian Bitler here on the drive through. We got Jovan signed in now. We'll get to Jovan next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jovan Burts in. NBA coverage from Jovan. Let's see if we can get him in here right now. We're going to roll with Jovan. Let's see if he's set to go. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. All right. I hope I got it right. You got Spurs and Pelicans tonight, right? Spurs, Pelicans tonight, 8 Eastern time. We see the Pelicans favored here, 13.5, total 237.5.
Yeah, and I'm laying the heavy lumber with the Pelicans. You know, this is just a get-right spot against a bad team in the San Antonio Spurs. 3-15 for the season. I believe no Wemby on the court. You know, whether they had him or not on the court, I still think this is a Pelican spot. The Pelicans are grand roughshod over these Spurs. Winners of 5 in a row in the last 5 meetings, and all of them have been covers. You know, that's really opens and closes the book for me. But you know, this Pelicans team, they're getting healthy. You know what I mean? So you know, Trey Murphy, Alvarado, you know, guys like that. I don't know if Alvarado's playing. He's currently questionable with an ankle. But but regardless, this is a team that has McCollum, Zion, you know, and Ingram. You know what I mean? So that three-headed monster right there, that should get the job done. You know what I mean? Valanciunas also, you know, so they should impose their will, as you say, against this Spurs team who just can't find a way to win right now.
Yep, Jovan here on the Pelicans laying the big number here against the Spurs. You know, one thing to note, a lot is being made about the rookie here on San Antonio, but when you kind of look at the roster, you know, Vassell, Sokan, okay, but man, the bench here, Jones, Osman, Champagne, Bassey, Graham, I mean, this is really where they lose massive ground.
Listen, they need a veteran presence.
Yep.
Sort of like what the Rockets did in the offseason.
Yep.
You know, that goes a long way. When you have a bunch of young guys just out there, they don't know how to win. You know what I mean? And we're seeing it with a few. We're seeing it with this team, but with these other bad teams, they're just getting the floor wiped with them. You know what I'm saying? Detroit. You know, these guys can't buy a win and they can't buy a cover, it seems like. Even though I will say the Spurs have covered, you know, a couple of the last 5 games, maybe like 3 out of the last 5. But this spot right here, absolutely not. But yeah, you know, you're dealing with a lot of young guys. This is what's going to happen. It's going to take to the mid-season before you see these teams, these young teams or these bad teams that's giving up these heavy spreads to start covering these heavy spreads. Until then, man, you got to lay the lumber a lot of times with these with these big spreads. It's sad to say, but true.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, you would expect with all these young players, you'd have some veteran presence. But, man, you look at that bench, it's, oh, my God. You know, no wonder this team just keeps, you know, getting pounded and horrible defense. Yeah, you're starting 5. There's some quality there. But, again, when you start losing players, man, look out. No Wembanyama in. He's out. That's a big loss
Right.
there. McDermott is one of your few veterans that can hit 3. He's out. That's probably the oldest guy on the team. And now it's just really who are these guys? If you'd ask Charles Barkley, he'd probably tell you they're all in the G League.
Hey, listen, I couldn't pick these guys out of a lineup. You know what I mean? This is where it's gotten to. You know, so yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. These guys are learning. Hey, you know, they're putting their feet to the fire right now, man. It's trial by error.
They got to do that thing where they put these guys and have Charles G League or NBA, and then you can make a vote.
Right. Crazy.
Yeah, it was just a no name bench here for the Spurs, and this is where it gets messed up. Where it gets messed up here. All right, here we go. Pelicans lay the number here against the Spurs tonight here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. Jovan has been on fire here. NBA, look at the last 30 days. All sports combined, 860 units of profit. Jovan doing on fire here. Tonight we have a good NBA card, some college hoops action as well. Big college football up on the board as well. Just want to make note, Jovan is showing great profit this year in NBA, as we said, also in NFL, doing great work as well. What do you have going over at Pick Premium?
Yeah, I got a couple different 3-packs. About 4 plays and all, but just a couple different 3-packs. So I got both sides in the conference championship games, and I have a NBA play in one 3-pack, and then 2 NBA plays and one college basketball play in another 3-pack. So I got a lot going on with plays today. And then tomorrow, we already know what it's going to be. It's conference championship Saturday for these college football games. Then I'll have NBA and college basketball. After this week, we're really dealing with college basketball. Mainly. We'll wait for the bowl games. Next week will be Army, Navy. But yeah, it's basketball fully loaded. You know what I'm saying? And who do you want to be with? You know what I mean? Catch me on my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Or match me on one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 cap promotional. You can't go wrong here. Sports Chat Place to Pick Dog. Let's get it.
Let's get it neat. Got above with Jovan Burts over at Pick.com. Great result in the NBA from Jovan. Also the NFL, and of course, all sports combined. Great time to get on board. You guys love that 3-day all sports pass. No better time than now. With the championship week in college football starting tonight, NBA, your college hoops, your NFL, that 3-day pass on the weekend. Perfect time to get it. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. You can also add multiple cappers, making it even greater value there. All right, Jovan. Yeah, even so, speaking of college hoops, we're already into conference season today as we start with Big Ten conference play. And the next week, we're going to have some conference games on Monday.
Hey, and, we've spoken about this in past seasons. Once the college basketball slate gets to conference play, all bets are off, man. You know what I mean? It's all fun and dandy, you know what I'm saying, when you got these teams that don't know each other. These other teams that are padding the stats and, beating up on sisters of the poor, as they say in college football. But once you get in the conference play, it's a whole nother animal, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, tonight there's a good one tonight with Purdue and Northwestern. The number was coming down here at last check. Let me see where that one's in. It's Purdue. Remember, Northwestern was the tournament team there with Collins' son at the head coach there. Tonight, I know there was Maryland was in action as well, but this one is getting a lot of attention tonight because it's Purdue, right? The team returning all their starters. Of course, Connecticut, Kansas is good, but Purdue, Northwestern, we're seeing like Purdue laying about 5-6 on the road.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, that line went down, like 2.5 points, something like that.
Yep.
So I mean, hey, listen, the Northwestern is getting getting back, and once it gets to a certain number, though, I don't know if I really want to be on their side. At 8.5 or whatever it was, that's one thing. But once it drops to like 5.5, I don't know, man. Purdue is a strong team, veteran laden. With Eddie alone, or Edie alone, if he gets hot, and they get the foul in him, he gets a bunch of and ones, because guys can't, sufficiently foul this guy. It's going to be a long night for Northwestern.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. I think we also have Iowa, Purdue on Monday. We're getting, as I said, conference play beginning now. Remember, we've got all these networks now. They need content. Football's gone. We need college football. Get those conference games during the week to make up for the lot.
And in the Big Ten, what I noticed about the Big Ten is they're like the last couple of seasons, they're the team, they're the conference or one of the conferences that started conference play earlier than others. You know what I mean? So, hey, mix in the non-conference with the conference games going into December, can't ask for much more.
Yeah, how's the Pac-12 now? The conference of quarterbacks taking some of their 4 best offenses going into the Big Ten. How's that going to make that Big Ten look against the conference of no quarterbacks?
I know, right? Hey, right, exactly. But here's the thing. These teams that are in the Pac-12 right now, they won't have these quarterbacks next year. Penix, I don't think he's not eligible for another year. Bo Nix, I don't think is he eligible?
I don't think so, but their stock draft is so high they got to go to the draft.
Right. Caleb Williams, he'd be well advised to, hit the pros now. You know what I'm saying? Even though he has another year eligibility, his stock is kind of falling as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? So, these guys, hey, listen, I'll say this. For the teams that's going to the Big Ten, it's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out because you got this it's gonna be a scheduling difference because there's so many teams in this conference. So you gotta look and see who's matching up against who.
Yep, it'll be week by week with all these games. And remember, no night games in November for Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. They don't want to play at night. That's why their games are. That's what Ohio State, Michigan is always during the daytime. They don't want to play at night in that weather for their fan base. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up with you over on the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Per usual, I'll be on the morning show Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll be right back here on the drive-thru.
You got it, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jovan's on these shows, you get those picks. All right, Jovan, have a great weekend. We'll make it a win-win. We'll catch up with you next week.
Absolutely. Have a great night, win, and see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday. And folks, you can catch them on the weekends here on the morning shows. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. I just saw James Clark sign in, so he's ready to roll. We'll bring in James Clark, catch him over at Pick Dogs for him. We got some NBA coverage here from James. I think we're all set to roll here. We may have to change the graphic because we're just moving so fast and having to juggle the lineup a little bit here. So we'll get him in here in just a second. Then we'll close it out with Rod. Let's see if we can bet in James back up a little bit. Here we go, James Clark. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Okay, your game is going to be, let's see, you're going Magic and Wizards. I will correct this graphic here. Okay, Magic and Wizards tonight. Of course, this Magic has been everyone's darling. They've been covering spreads. People love this team. They're defending against a Wizards team that doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going with them tonight, Tony. I know it's a big number here, 10.5, but it's Magic team. They're 5-0 in their last 5 games. And you look at this Wizard team. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. I just think the Magic come out. They're the better team. They got the better players. They're taller, a better defensive team. This Wizard team has struggled all year. They thought they'd at least have some offense when they got Poole, and he ain't done nothing since he's been with the Wizards but cry. I mean, that's all he's done. It's this Wizard team. It's awful. Probably the worst team. Them and Memphis may be the 2 worst teams right now in the NBA. So I really like the Magic today. I think they'll win by 15 or more. I think they just roll. They've been covering these double-digit numbers. You've seen the Magic have a couple games here, playing like Charlotte and Brooklyn, and now the Wizards. You get these double-digit lines, and they've been covering the number, and I think they do it again here tonight, Tony.
Yeah, this is no surprise. For the last couple of years on the drive-in, we've been touting this Magic team, how they've been able to accumulate players, but they were never healthy, right? They'd had the longest list of injuries over the last 2 years. And we said, be careful. When this team gets healthy, they're going to be a quality team.
Yeah, a quality team that's a very tall, lengthy team. Probably one of the tallest teams in the NBA from point guard to center. 6'10", 6'11", 6'9", all the way around, and the wingspan. All these players, it's like playing, against 5 Kevin Durant's out there, where these players are so tall. So I think they shut the Wizards down, and they do what they want to on offense, and I think they win by 15 or more. It's going to be a snooze fest. I think it's going to be Magic blowout. Probably set their starters to fourth quarter.
All right, Jamie, we're going to get your thoughts here. St. John's, West Virginia tonight, college hoops. We're seeing St. John's favored 4.5 up to 5.5, total 142.
West Virginia team, man, I swear they've been struggling. They come out the gate. We had a really good team, dude. I thought we was going to be really good this year. Everybody had high hopes. We lost a couple players to Kentucky. We get them in, and Kentucky steals them from them. That's the way it looked. But I wish we had Hugs. I know I said this last time. I think he'd make his team a little bit better, toughness-wise anyway. But I think a few more games we get around, and if NCAA lets our best player that we got be eligible to play, I think we'd be definitely a different team. We're waiting on that appeal to come by, but I think it's going to be a rough game. I like the under in this game. It's where in the West Virginia game, they've been struggling shooting the ball, and and teams that's been hitting threes has been killing us. Yeah, SMU the other night we played them. They beat us by 20. I mean, I know we held in there with Virginia the other night, just a couple foul shots away. We could have beat them. But if we play a team that can shoot outside, they've been killing us, and that's what we're going up against tonight. So I like the under. I don't look for us to fare very well. So I would steer away from West Virginia tonight basketball. I like the under.
And the under there, James says go under in that one. Of course, now Matt Rule said it cost $1 to $2 million to buy a quarterback. Does West Virginia have that money to get a quarterback next season?
I think we do. You know, we ain't paying Hugs all that money this year or next year and the year before. So I think we do have the money. West Virginia, you know, Green, I think Green will stick around for next year. You know, he's had a really good season this year. And he was talking the other day. I heard him on the radio talking about, you know, looking forward to the bowl game and then looking forward to next year. So I think we got a really good quarterback with Green if we can keep our team. We got and that rookie running back, White, man, he's very tough. You know, we got Donaldson to run it in from the 1 or 2 yard line, but that running back we got White, he's Jamil White. He is very, very fast. So if we keep our core of guys, I really think we'll be all right. You know, we doubled our winning this year number. Everybody thought we'd get 3 to 4 wins, and you know we got 8, and you know bowl eligible. So we over performed everybody, even in West Virginia thought we wouldn't get no 8 wins, maybe 5 or 4 at the most. So I really like our chances to in the bowl game. I think we get Maryland. I think that's who we're going to get is Maryland in the Iron Bowl, or that's what I've been hearing anyway.
Mayo Bowl, one of those bowls. Yeah, all right, there we go.
Yeah.
Mayo Bowl. I like Best Foods myself, but it's a Duke's meal. But anyway, we got Magic laying 11 here against the Wizards tonight, 7 Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, NBA on the board, college hoops. We got big games from college football as well. Heading to a huge NFL weekend. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Guys, I got a 3-pack going on in MLB, in NBA. 3 games that I really love. Been red hot here lately. Last 8 days, you know, I've won 6 out of my last 8 days. Also, I got my 10-star play that I've been really doing good on, really, guys. If you look back the last 15 times that I've had my 10-star play, I've won 12 of the last 15. And I got one out tonight. It's my 10-star easy winner. You know, it's on the Washington and Oregon game. I'll tell you that much. A play that I really love. So if you want to get one play and win you some easy money, there it is. Or if you want to get a 3-pack and win you some easy money, it's out there too. Whichever one you want, guys. And after you get your winnings today, guys, you know, upgrade 3, 7, or 30 days. Or like I say every time I'm on the show, guys, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any cappers you see tonight on the show, or it's on the site, and we'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Got to board with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get the longer-term passes. You guys love that 3-day pass during the weekend. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. Have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show, buddy. And let's go Mountaineers tonight. Even though I think it's rough, but I think we'll get an easy win. We'll get an easy win with the Magic. So let's catch that, and I'll see y'all Monday.
I'll see y'all Monday. James Clark here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Let's go ahead and welcome in Rod Zawacky. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Rod right now. Let's see if we get to Rod. We're going to run a little over tonight. My game goes later, so does Rod's. We'll just let you know that Bitler, for those of you joining us late here, Bitler, New Mexico State tonight in the Conference USA title game plus the points. That one to set up in about 5 minutes. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We got a late NBA starting card tonight. Everything else 7:40 and later. The Magic game was 7:10. So let's continue on here and bring in Rod Zawacky. We'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll get in Rod here in just a second. Ready to go with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. Yeah, definitely this one goes later. But if you want Steak Friday, you better go get it now. You got like 5 minutes.
All right, so let them know what you got over at Pick Dodge Premium. So Rod doing great work in NFL and college football, as you can tell. What you have up over the site?
And Gridiron is what we got going over at the site. I've got one college basketball play tonight. I've got both college football plays tonight. Plus, I have one NBA tonight, one NHL. You can get that Steak Friday package all up there. And then I've got 7 sides in tomorrow's championship games. You can see that all up there. Your best is it's Friday. Grab a 3-day pass. Say if you're trying to buy all these packages here, there, and everywhere, grab my 3-day pass. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. That'll get you everything I got going this weekend. 11-6 run in the last 17. We swept the board last Sunday in the NFL. So jump aboard. Grab a 3-day pass. Let's continue to crush this football.
That's right, guys. Crush that football with Rod Zawacky. NFL college football has been on fire this season. Get on board. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions up there as well. Of course, you'll even get that Monday action because we got to get the games in the night before. So it really turns into a 4-day pass, right? Tell you that Monday Night Football.
It does.
It'll be some college hoops. There's some conference action, as we said, starting in Big Ten on Monday as well. I was looking at some of the schedules there, so go ahead and get signed up. All right, Rod, back to the game tonight here, Oregon and Washington. We've seen this line move between 9, 9.5, 10, 8 Eastern time. We see Oregon favored here on the road here at the sharpest book in the world. 9.5 total, 65.5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, we got a rematch. It was 36-33 in the first meeting between these two this season. And that's why I opened it. 66 was the total when it opened. It's come down a little bit. You look at this Ducks offense, been rolling right along under Bo Nix. He's been completing 78% of his passes, averaging 3.2 touchdowns per game. He's only given up 2 interceptions all season long. But you look, in the first meeting, he only threw 2 touchdown passes in that first one. How many got run in, though? You look, Penix Jr. on the other side, he's averaging 63% completions on his passes, throwing 2.4 touchdowns per game. But you look at his last 3 games; those numbers have come down. He's only completing 57% of his passes, 46% of his passes, 54% of his passes. Still throwing 2 touchdowns in those games, 1 pick over the last 3 games. I think the scoring comes down a little bit from what we've seen in that first game, night game here at Neutral Field in Vegas. It's this Ducks defense is for real as well, holding teams to 15.9. Washington holding teams to 23 points a game. I think 65.5 is too many. I like the under in this one.
All right, Rod says go under. Washington, Oregon, under 65.5. This game played in Las Vegas. In that fast track, that means the defenders will be fast too, right? We're seeing some. Oregon doesn't give up the big plays defensively. That's one thing about their defense. People, I know they talk about Bo Nix, the quarterback situation. But Oregon's defense has played really, really well this year. You have to respect that game they had against Oregon State. That was not an easy game to win. And then, of course, the Washington, of course, their performance in that Apple Cup. These rivalry games, when you can hold those your rival down in difficult spots here, it shows good for these teams.
It's huge because and also I take into account that this game is huge. This is for a lot of things going forward for both teams. This is a playoff game. You might as well say this is a playoff game. This is this team's season for both of them. So what happens is defenses step up. I find in these games early on, you get lower scoring. You don't see as many points being scored, field goals because you get stops instead of touchdowns. And the game is a little slower before the offenses start to get rolling, and because we know both these offenses can definitely get rolling. Bo Nix averaging 3 touchdown passes a game, Penix Jr. throwing 2.4 touchdown passes a game. We know the offense is going to come, but 65.5, I think it's just a touch too many.
That's a lot. And don't forget, we got the moving clock now in college football. The clock runs after first downs. No more of the stopping the clock. You see there, they're shortening the game, trying to shorten these games. But Big Al went over it last week to kind of even. But I think on some of these higher totals, I should have asked him about these totals in the 60 plus and 70 plus, how they did. That should have been something I should have followed. Maybe I'll ask him that next week to see how did these totals in the 60s and 70s do with this new clock rule, because that would be very interesting to see, because you get those low totals, but this is where that clock comes into play.
Comes in a huge play, right? In one of these games where it continues to run, and teams are, if you're up in this game by even up by a touchdown, you want to chew the clock, especially late in this. You're not going to be airing it out to go deep to try to go up by 2 touchdowns. You're going to try to chew the clock, especially if a team gets up by 10. I like the under as a play. I think we just get
that Washington game. I think what's really impacting here in this game is that Washington-Arizona State game, right? When Washington was held at like 15 points, I think the opponents, the offense, they've been able to win the games, but the offense kind of slowed down. I think they picked up something out of that game.
I think so too, right? And you look, their offense is definitely slowing down. As I said, he's only complete. He's still throwing 2 touchdown passes a game, but not scoring as much. 57% on his completions, 46, 54. So points wise, it's not as high as what it was. Some of those numbers have come down a lot. You look, Oregon scoring 40. I think they scored. Can they hit 30 again? Probably. But I think that's the top. First to 30 at best wins this game.
Yeah, just for reference, just so for everybody knows, both the Civil War and the Apple Cup went under.
Went under. Yeah, exactly, right? Both of those games went under, and I think this is a playoff game. This is someone's huge season right here for one of these two teams.
All
the
right,
playoffs are at stake here. So
yeah,
I like the under as well.
Yeah, this is a lot of
more pressure on these young kids.
lots
of pressure on these young. Lots of pressure on these kids, and the spotlight's on them. Come on, it's like I don't forget Bo Nix that far behind. Can he throw an interception here or two? Could be. If he can find that prop, I think he does struck one. He's only hucked 2 all season long. I think he hucks one here.
Yeah,
Washington defense is pretty high up on scooping up an interception.
Stops on 4th down, field goals. I mean, a lot of things can happen. That's something you got to keep an eye on there. That will help the under. It's something you got to like there with that spot. So I know some folks were making questions about the defenses. If you guys obviously you didn't see the Apple Cup or the Civil War, there was defense played. There was defense played by both Washington and Oregon, right? Yeah. That's and you go back and look at how Oregon's defense has been, and that's a key there as well. All right, Rod, here on Washington, Oregon under 65.5. Anything else you got for us, Rod?
Let's see. You know what? I like the first quarter of Washington. I think I got it at 3.5. I'm not sure if you can still get 3.5. Even at 3, I think Washington comes out a little better. You look points wise, it's pretty close. Oregon's scoring about 13.8 points in the first quarter. Washington a little over 10. So any points you can get with Washington in that first quarter, I think I would take it. As I said, slow starting, and you can get big points with another team. Take it, especially in this first quarter. Slow starting.
All right,
I like that one.
Hockey
went off already. So
hockey
went off early today. So
well, we got a nice. We talked the Purdue game, Kansas and Connecticut going at it tonight. That's at 9 Eastern time. I know if you guys have multiple TVs, that's a tough.
This is and what's it on it? 3? Is it still
3.5? 3.5. It moved 3.5 now. 3 on the favorite got some money. 3.5 was on my last check. Let me check.
3.5. Yeah. See, at 3.5, I think this is a 1-possession game all day. This is gonna be a battle. UConn without one of their players, though, that'll be big. So I think that's why everybody jumped on Kansas, because they think that the edge goes to Kansas without UConn with their big man there. But big man on big man, it's going to be a battle. It's basically experience is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
The Kansas, the guy from Michigan that came in, Hunter Dickinson, figure that he's got the edge with the experience there in that battle. But you know what? That UConn guy is for real. I don't want to put his name like like Bitler, but I don't want to butcher his name. But the UConn guy that is going against him is pretty good. I would take UConn plus the points. If I'm getting 3.5, I'm taking UConn plus 3.5. This is the one I waffled on whether I put this in. I was like at Kansas at 2, and it was already up at 3, and I was like, I don't want to lay 3 with Kansas because I think this comes right down to the wire. This is going to be a great game. I'm definitely going to have this on one of the TVs tonight.
Yeah, this is a good one to watch. This is weird scheduling, right? To put this schedule this game.
Like what is Friday night? Harold just put this one on a Friday night, just randomly out of nowhere.
We had Thursday night. I mean, if Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Why couldn't you get? I know it's Monday Night Football, but man, we got a lot going on. Well, we got the Oregon Washington. I guess every night's going to be locked in. You got NBA, maybe Thursday. You had Dallas, Arizona, right? That's tough when you what's the ESPN too, right? This is because it was tough. I don't get it. You got NBA now. You got this. Oh my goodness, there's so much. That's a game. Interesting note in doing research, and I know we both read the same manual on Kansas. Something that really got my attention is that the players that didn't play much last year for Kansas transferred. They had like 7 guys leave the program.
Transferred.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
Like, what the hell was that?
That was shocking to me that they would leave a program this good that usually develops players. These guys said, I'm out of here. I didn't get the playing time. I'm out of here. So, listen, if you sit, you split. That's how it works.
That's what this transfer portal has been doing. It's like you sit and it's like, hey, I want to play too. So then they're just like, well, go play over here. Bye-bye. When they take off, it's like you go to every year to go over who's went where, what, and who's playing. They change up teams so fast. It's like, wow. Yeah.
So he had to go to the portal to get some guys at Kansas to get some depth. I mean, that was a shocker to me. Coach, I didn't get to play much. Well, you're young. We're at all these guys. Well, I'm going to leave. Oh, that's just to me. That was shocking. But blue blood like that, losing players, man. Goodness gracious.
Losing players. Yeah, wow. That's unheard of. You don't hear that Kansas players are taking off because they're not getting playing time. It's like, what?
Yeah, that was they had that they got eliminated early in the NCAA tournament, but still, I mean that was a shocker to me. That one was. All right, Rob, we figured out we know what you got going over at Pick Dogs. Let everybody know about the weekend, right? We can catch up on the weekend shows, and of course NHL. We got a big NHL card tomorrow. It's Saturday, right?
Massive NHL card. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified when these videos drop. I'm getting bugged by Mrs. Nephews. They're ready to. They must be having a big Friday night. So right as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna finish the editing on those videos. Check them out, and then they'll be putting them up. So they're ready to go. They're chomping at the bit. They sent me a message about 10 minutes ago asking about those videos. So yeah, definitely like, subscribe. Those videos, 14 of them for tomorrow, covering the NHL. Definitely will be up shortly within the next couple hours. You can check those out for tomorrow's action. Love it tomorrow. Take Jack Eichel to get an anytime goal. Take who else to play tomorrow? Next time you see the Oilers, take McDavid to get an anytime goal. That guy's just he's turned it up. I think whatever injury he had, he's recovered from it and starting to light the lamp. It's when I seen him trying
Tampa
to
Bay Dallas early start. Tampa Bay Dallas early start tomorrow. Tampa and Dallas.
Tampa Dallas early start. You know what? That's going to be a battle. I gave the under in the video, but I like Dallas on that one to bounce back. I think Dallas is solid with Ottinger in goal. He's playing really well. Shut out last time. Shut out the Jets last time out for Ottinger, and Dallas wants to bounce back after the bitter taste losing to Calgary again. So.
That's a highlight game. Boston Toronto, the primetime game. That's one of the features in the primetime hour.
I took the Leafs in that one. Boston's won the last 4, and if you look at Boston, they're starting to slump. Winners of 2 of the last 6 games. It is Boston, so slumping a little bit on these Bruins. I think the Leafs take advantage. They're winners of 6 of the last 8, playing the better hockey. Take the Leafs in that one.
There you go from Rod. All right, Rod, get those videos ready, and we'll catch up with you again on the drive-through on Monday.
Definitely. Have yourself a good one, and tune in tomorrow morning. I believe 9:30 a.m. Eastern time will be the same. Lots of campers going through the championship college games.
Right.
Or someone will go through NBA, someone might go through college hoops. Either way, tune in tomorrow, and then of course, then we got the roundtable. We review everything on Sunday, so definitely tune in at the weekends as well. 10:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. or 10 a.m. Eastern on Sunday.
That's right.
9:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
There you go. You get more of
See
Rod there.
everybody
Make
there.
sure like, subscribe. You get Rod there at the front table and his picks are on Saturday. All right. Have a great weekend. Enjoy State Friday. Hit those videos, and we'll catch up with you on the drive-through Monday.
You too, Tony. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy your hike up the mountain wherever you're going this weekend. If you're going somewhere, definitely enjoy it. Good luck with your bets, everybody. See you tomorrow. See you on Monday, Tony.
See you Monday. See you right tomorrow here on the morning shows. Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. We'll get to the recap in a second. I'll get you my pick, and then we'll head to the recap. And we're looking at Knicks Raptors here, 7:40 start Eastern time. And in this one, we're going to go over the total here, Knicks and Raptors. It's going to be over 216 now, 217. We've seen it trickle up a little bit here in this one. Let's see here. Let me see what we've got here. Let me take a look at the current lines here. Where are we at? NBA tonight. We're seeing 217.5. We're seeing still 216s. Heck, there's some 218. Oh, this line's all over the place. We're seeing 218s, 216.5. This one's all over. Shop, get the best numbers here. We're seeing definitely some over money coming in this one, and in this game. And mainly here is the fact that the Knicks on the road, they've not been as strong defensively on the road, giving up 47% shooting. And look at the Raptors over their past 5 games, averaging 115 points per 100 possessions, while they're giving up 114 per 100 possessions. And that's just over their past 5-game period. And because we said the Knicks not as sharp defensively on the road, so we're going to go over the total here with this Raptors and the Knicks. Hey guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack up on the board right now, mixing NBA and college football. You can also go long-term with me with a 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. So when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. I got them up right now at the site, so get signed up. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's take a peek at what's going on in the chat room. We're getting some plays in right now. Looks like our man Ariana likes Oregon easily win. Yeah, we think so. Parlay from Weller Time says straight ML parlay. Take part in our chat. Lots of conversations going on right now in the chat. I don't know why it shrunk on me. I gotta have to figure out that. I had the size corrected not too long ago. All right, let's get to the recap. Jay like Nuggets. Laying the 2.5 against the Suns. Jovan says Pelicans lay the 13.5 against Spurs. Brian, New Mexico State plus the 10.5 against Liberty. James was on the Magic laying the points here against the Wizards. Rod says Washington, Oregon under 65.5. I'll be on the Knicks, Raptors over 217, 217.5. There's 218s. Get the best number there. The one I like the most here, let's go with Rod's pick with Washington, Oregon under 65.5. As we said, both the Apple Cup and the Savoy easily went under the total. And that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again on Monday live at 6 Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll give it our plays for you here in real time on Monday. Don't forget to always get started with that morning show on Saturday. It is 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. You got Jay there. Of course, all the cappers from the drive-thru will join in. Many of them will join in with giving out picks on those weekend shows, so make sure you tune into that. And of course, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting tool shows, his roundtables with the professionals. Of course, Rod's NHL video series. We got Chris with his rundown here from the NHL. Jay Briggs, NFL, NBA rundown videos. Also, Ron Romnelli, college basketball, college football rundown videos. We got Chris Macon first half with the NBA. We got our man Mills with the UFC rundown. Check out his UFC rundown for the Austin card coming up this weekend. Also, his prop video plays. We got Brad with his parlay videos as well. Lots of content here. Of course, against the public betting here with Dana Lane. All access video from both Costi has his video series up there, as does Big Al McBordy. Check those out. Lots of great content here on Big Dogs. Like, subscribe, set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them in real time. Get the best numbers. All right, I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room tonight. Ariana was with us. Weller Time in there as well. Peter Coppola in there as well. Eric Ross, Rod mingling in there. Lando 86, shout out to you. Joe is in there as well. And of course, Chase is in there as well. Duster Engel's in there. Shout out to Duster and Jay in there with a question mark. Net Nawalker in there. Rod, Christian Christian Guzman, Andy Ellison. Shout out to you as well. Ramon in there. Alan Smenta and TJ in there, and Blake. Shout out to you guys as well. All right, great week on the drive-thru, guys. Thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight's show. Going to wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a great